No.
Now that sounds like you.
That's Steve Wilson.
That's Steve Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, I went in Special Forces in August of '64.
Right.
September, I was in Fort Benning. Okay? I went to jump school for the second time during October through December. I'm on active duty throughout that period.
Okay. Cielo Castro was interviewed by the FBI in September 26, '64. He advised that the American woman in an effort to determine the contacts of Paul and Howard while in Dallas. They never interviewed you.
Not while I was in Special Forces. Stay away, like the plague.
Okay.
The Special Forces unit was created by J.M. Wade. And the original armory was right on the campus off of Dixie Highway. Okay. Then it shifted down to where J.M. Wade was. That's where they put in the warehouses, all the weapons, all that shit, down at headquarters. All these guys in the unit, when it was Army Reserve, it was on the campus. Okay. Most of these guys left the Army. Yeah.
But you said you were in McPherson from August.
No. I'm officially in the unit in August of '64. Okay. I go on temporary active duty for 3 or 4 days, sometime during September for the rifle team and pistol team stuff. Then I'm back. The only time I'm solidly away in Fort Benning is during October, November, December of '64. Like it says, I got my jump wings here. When the award was made, under what orders? Parachutist badge, 2 December '64. Why do you get a parachutist badge? You got to go to fucking Benning.
Right.
It takes weeks. Okay? So I finished 2 December '64. So where the fuck was I for weeks before that?
Yeah, but
you learn how to read this shit.
How about the police report that you were, Gelder's police report that you were out in the boat with Ed Collins, Steve Wilson, and that Russell Wilkie, the guy went to retrieve a dinghy and never came back. They put you out on that boat.
What's the date?
Police report, 9/29/64. They had you out on a boat with these guys. You see, I got this.
What's the date of his death?
9/28/64.
Okay. Now, I was in town 2 days before that, and right after I identified the body and all that shit, we went looking for these assholes, these peace marchers, and had a serious talk with them. I was out of town after that.
So in other words, let's just go through this again. You came back when? How can you, if you're in active duty in Georgia, how can you come back?
I was
And
on.
you were stationed in Miami.
So you're not listening again.
You said you were in the reserves.
Let your mouth open again. I said I went pistol and rifle team TDY for 4 or 5 days during September.
Temporary active duty.
Temporary active duty is TDY.
Right.
Okay? Anytime that there was no construction work, okay, and I needed some extra money, like Bob Brown and everybody else, we'd go on temporary active duty, okay? Our meals are covered, our housing is covered, and we make money.
Right.
Okay? So if there ain't nothing happening in Miami, what the fuck am I going to sit around Miami? You know? I go pistol rifle team or what have you, go TDY someplace, which is what my son is doing right now. That's what the fuck he does. It's like I did 30 fucking years ago. Now, I remember coming back in town and Captain Milton, who was housing Collins, said, you better talk to your boy. He's fucking around with these peace marcher assholes.
Right.
The peace marchers had come to Milton, probably steered by the cops, to put some money on a vessel. He's a Marine surveyor, and a drunk. there's a Swede, Hans Buddha Milton, okay? So I said, I don't know shit about that. I got more fucking important things to do. He's going to get in trouble. These people are going to go to Havana. They're going to march from Havana to Gitmo, Guantanamo naval base, peace marching, and all this kind of more shit. I didn't give a rat's ass, you know? I said, I'm back on active did this fucking day. So we'll go talk to him. Well, I saw him. He was drunk, probably for 5 minutes, you know, which is probably a couple of days before he died. You know? So, in fact, it was Milton that came by and told me, you know, that he'd gone down there to pick Collins up. And then there was all this hullabaloo, and people said some guy was screaming and all that shit. And, and they didn't find the body until the next day. So, like, the next day, it's broad daylight, and I got Milton drunk, bleary-eyed, and all that shit, as I recall, saying, no, they're trying to find his body, this and that, I warned you, and he was fucking around with the wrong people, all that shit. I said, okay. So I called up Dwyer at the Bureau, and I said, well, one of your primary fucking informants looks like that had some difficulty. What's happened? You know, Collins, he was out on a boat with the peace marchers and all that other shit, and now they say he fell overboard or some such bullshit. Top swimmer.
Right.
This is the guy that trained, you know, was with us, top
But the
swimmer.
police report says he was out on a boat with you,
Well,
not
the
with
first-
police marshals.
Yeah.
He said he was out with you.
Who said this?
Seymour Gelber, he's a judge now.
Who gives a fuck? Thinks he's a mayor of Miami Beach now.
He's round this fucking guy. Because
Yeah.
he didn't
This is the kind of shit you gotta put up with. This is the kind of shit you gotta put up with. UFO,
The guy was a fucking Nazi.
Devil's Triangle bullshit.
The guy was a fucking Nazi. I don't care if
The guy-
Ed Collins.
When did I have a beef with Ed Collins?
You
I had a beef with Collins.
in '76 that
No.
Collins was getting delusions of grandeur. He was trying to bring in all this right-wing plan and SRP. You told me that in '76.
Bullshit. I told you the same fucking thing.
You told me that you owned by a bunch of left-wingers.
We went to trial, get our guns back.
Right.
Okay? December of '64, just before I went in the unit.
So you got it back again.
We got him back. Collins came by the house and wanted to collect his weapons. You know, M1 rifle, 45, and all that shit. I said, we got a problem, Collins. You don't recollect where these weapons came from. He thought he had earned the 782 gear. You know, I said, these weapons are the property of Felipe Vidal Santiago. Okay? Regardless that you carried it, you had this, you had that, I don't give a fuck if you got adoption papers. Okay? This guy, Felipe Vidal, who I named my son after, he's the guy that put up the money for the fucking lawsuit. Okay? Because there's a few $1,000s worth of property we're trying to get back.
Right.
Yeah. And Collins got all, he had a couple beers, got all kinds of IRA, and Patty got on his case. Yeah. Okay, you're out there with the fucking Cubans. Nobody wants your web gear and your hammocks and canteens and knives and all that other shit, which is expensive. It's about $1,000 per man to outfit them. Ain't nobody bitching about that. These fucking weapons basically are registered to Major Felipe Vidal. And it's time to fucking give them back. He had loaned them to us because we were using his fucking CIA base to do the fucking trip. That's why the weapons were issued to you. Okay? We could have waited and had you pick the weapons up when you went on the CIA base. But no, we got the weapons to you early so you can zero them in, all that kind of bullshit. So he made all kinds of fucking... I said, look, we got a number of other weapons, okay, that are still ours, yeah, that we consider group weapons. M1, no, he went and put his wife on the line. He was on the fucking boat.
Right.
You know, first the boat sank, and then the boat that fucking exploded with Dickie Chappelle on.
Right.
Collins got along real good with my old lady, you know. He'd go off on fucking tangents and shit. But when you told him to be here, do this, he was fucking there and ready to go and didn't ask any fucking questions. Unlike some other asshole.
Yeah, I like to come out on the fucking boat with you guys. I never come back.
What the fuck for?
Because you didn't like the guy. You had
Oh, didn't like the guy. I would shoot the cocksucker, Weberman.
So,
Motherfucker gets in my face, I shoot the son of a bitch. I don't sneak around so fucking concerned for
shit, the difference, the guy's fucking dead.
well, I sure as hell ain't gonna make no accidental drowning and shit. They're gonna find him in a fucking alley with a fucking headlight on his forehead.
But if the guy told me, do anything you want, you gotta show up at this time, go out in the fucking boat, and that's the last year.
That's when he wasn't doing what he was told. And he was fucking drunk, and I was tired of fucking with him when he got goddamn drunk. Somebody put him up to it, and I figured it was Dwyer. I figured it was fucking Dwyer. Well, he wasn't drunk enough to have a swimming problem.
Told an investigator for Jim Garrison and Collins listened down.
No, I didn't tell the fucking investigator.
Whenever you don't like somebody, you put it
I didn't tell anybody about Collins to fucking anybody. You know?
All right, that's what
Collins' name doesn't come up with anybody about anything. The only thing on Collins is that Steve Wilson decided, instead of having Fat Ralph nailed on this Russo stealing these stock certificates over in Naples and Fort Myers, okay, because Steve was a snitch for the Bureau, decided to put Collins was dead. This is post-September 64. And that's the only time Collins' name came up as far as the Bureau, that he was probably the guy that Russo was talking about that went in the house and got the stock certificates. But as far as Collins' name showing up anywhere else, never fucking did, except one police surveillance report. Collins' name doesn't appear anywhere because he was in the bush all the time, or he's aboard ship all the time. Show me a fucking report where somebody's reporting on Collins when he's alive. When he's alive, there's a fucking report. They don't exist. He and many other fucking people are not known until they're dead. There was never a report made on the motherfucker.
Steve Wilson's dead too. He shot dope.
No, he was a fucking iron worker working downtown Miami and had a fucking aneurysm. Yeah. Now, whether that contributed, who knows? You know, people fucking drop dead working in construction every day.
Okay, now listen to this one. On October 2nd, 64, the SAC Miami reported, with respect to the explanation is handed.
Wilson.
Nah, you provide...
We catch you in the fucking phone booth when we were going somewhere. They wanted to fucking kill his ass a couple of times.
I know you for so long, you provide detailed information on everything. These guys aren't as smart as you. They don't provide their information. Wouldn't be this detailed. Only somebody...
Okay, how about me stashing my car in the civil service fucking investigation, if you've seen that? About stashing my car, and they're trying to refill my car before I travel to California. I stashed the car at Wilson's fucking side yard and covered it with a parachute. He's the only motherfucker knew the car was there. It's out in the middle of the fucking boondocks, in the middle of nowhere. He's the only motherfucker knows I parked my car there for a week before I went to California. There it is in the civil service thing. Spilling these guts to civil service and FBI all over again. And never in it when I sent him to Guatemala with my brother in 75. Okay? He admitted. He come back, scared shitless, fucking chewed out. He went straight to the fucking FBI and said he got to help us with these anti-communities down in Guatemala. Total fucking whacked out bullshit.
In a Miami LHM and cover lady dated September 26, 64, Celio Castro described an American man in
What's going on at that time?
with whom Hall and Howard...
The audio shit's going on at that time. Okay? And Collins is dead. Okay? Now, who looked more like fucking Oswald, Ponce de Leon, Seymour, or Collins? Collins looked more like Oswald. Okay? Now, was Collins in fucking Texas during 1964? You're goddamn right he was. He went out there with Captain Milton to Aransas Pass, Texas, pick up a fucking shrimp boat. You know? And was he out there talking to fucking people about some he was trying to get in with Lockley to get some of that fucking machine guns?
On September 26, 64, Celio Castro described an American man in Dallas with whom Hall and Howard left their trailer of equipment. Castro said,
Wally Welch.
An American woman in Dallas with
Wally
a 17-year-old daughter.
Wally Welch's receptionist, Gloria fucking Rottencrotch, and her 16-year-old daughter were me and Davis stayed that fucking night when we were there July the 4th. Okay? Now, how the fuck does Loran Hall know Gloria Rottencrotch? Yeah?
Don't ask me.
Doesn't. Never met her in his fucking life. So, either Wally Welch, who was 30...
How about Lester? During the contact on September 30th, 1964, PSI deleted who I believe is you, advised the American male is probably Lester Loeb, a geologist with a firm defer to Logan Patterson. Only you.
What if they change? You know what I found out about this whole deal?
else could ever supply.
This guy will never fucking go anywhere. You know? He comes with an off-the-wall fucking bullshit. Instead of interviewing somebody and getting facts from people that are there, he gets all this fucking devil's triangle fucking horse shit, and people laugh him out of fucking town. You know? Now, nobody talked to me from the fucking United States government once I went into fucking special forces. They weren't allowed to. It's a CIA unit.
But you're in the reserve, fucking.
It's a CIA unit.
You're in Miami in the reserve.
And it's a CIA unit, you fucking asshole. They weren't allowed to. If I found out about the Silvio shit was going down, which I didn't find out until fucking Garrison showed me this shit.
Okay.
You know? And they're talking about extraditing this and that. Here's what's going on in September fucking 64. I can really give a fuck. I can really give a fuck.
With the mentality, supplying detailed information in your crew at the time, and that was you.
You don't even know my fucking crew.
I know you're a smart guy.
You don't even know my fucking crew.
It's so fucking detailed that it could only be having supply.
Yeah, you know who they pointed the finger at?
It couldn't be fucking.
No, you know who they pointed the finger at? Was Davis there? Hey.
You don't know Gloria Pratt, the Dorchester House in St. Joseph Street.
Yeah, an informant reliable in the past has been involved in Cuban operations for the last 4 years.
No, it's a PSI under consideration.
All the other reports.
Possible security.
All the latest declassified shit that they didn't want the House Select Committee to know the guy's name because it penetrated the organization. They're still pointing at Davis. Okay? Wilson wasn't around for 4 fucking years. Wilson came on the scene in late fucking 1960 working for Vince Hannard and Ed Clow to the fucking intelligence unit for Dade County Sheriff's Department. Okay? Hired as a fucking security asshole and all that shit to penetrate these fucking groups. You know? Which was being paid for by fucking Fidel and Papadoc and Trujillo and everybody else in the fucking world that had money. Okay? Now, Wilson is the guy that would drop a fucking dime every other day. That's why we controlled our fucking informant.
When was Wilson in Dallas?
When was he in Dallas? With Bob Brown.
When was it?
With Bob Brown. They went out to fucking Dallas and saw the fucking Dallas people, which weren't my people. Saw Lockley. Fucking 63. He was living with him. He was with fucking Brown's wife, who later killed a fucking Nazi.
Yeah.
Okay? And she's a skydiver. Looked like the fucking Swedish actress, what's the fuck's her name, Mary DeBigger. Yeah, looked just like my Brit. She was a model. She was a parachutist. And she blew this fucking punk Nazi's fucking brains out in Boulder, Colorado. Okay? Brown and Wilson are running together all through the summer of fucking 63. Stanley Drennan, the doctor. Wilson's with Brown. Call him on the phone right now. Call him on the fucking phone. 303 fucking area code.
Yeah, I know.
Okay? Now, Wilson wasn't even in fucking Miami in 63. He was running with Bob Brown. He was trying to get the balls up to jump out of a fucking airplane with Brown's wife.
He was in California.
No shit.
How could he supply such detailed information? Meadows Building, Dallas, Dorchester House, St. Joseph.
Strange, isn't it?
The only one is smart enough to
supply
that. This is the kind of information you supply.
Yeah.
Because your story is so fucking
I never supplied fucking information. I never supplied fucking information. The guy wants to write, what do you want? Science fiction? Write the fucking science fiction. Well,
Mussolini's sister.
Roy Payne. Yeah.
Roy Payne claims that he ended up with that gun.
Yeah.
He said that you talked to him, you had a talk with him about the gun.
No, I asked him, when I went out there in 67, okay, I looked up Pascock, Payne. I had to track Payne down to Santa Monica. He was hiding out. So I had to pull some fucking markers in to find out where he's at. Pascock didn't know where he's at. Everybody else in the community didn't know where he's at. So I showed up on his doorstep, and he's living in a nigger's house in Santa Monica, scared shitless. You know. I said, what's the problem? He's worried about this Garrison extraditing and all this kind of bullshit. And I figured he'd say, what garrison? Yeah. And out come the ship. Yeah. I said, ain't that your fucking name? Yeah. They don't know you. They never fucking know. Nobody knows you. I just talked to Hancock. You don't know shit.
FBI guy, FBI agent, interview Payne, who subsequently reported the FBI something.
And Roy Payne, I probably said, yeah, thanks for the coffee. 20 words to him in his fucking life in January 63. And then one night in 1967, probably August or September, tracking him down, get some information that I needed, and probably spent 2 hours with him. I was driving a black and white unit when I found him. Okay, so that had to be 68. So all in all, Roy Payne and me have chatted for 30 seconds in 63 and for 2 hours in 68.
Okay. So I
Yeah.
This is according to CIA.
What year was it?
65.
Yeah.
But you're still in the reserve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You take the National Guards. How often do you have to appear there?
Who's Aleos?
Aleos was the guy that supplied the Guatemalan politician who supplied the CIA with the Bay of Fix training camp.
Yeah, it's part of the Bay of Fix operation.
Roberto Aleos.
His brother was the ambassador to Washington.
Now a Guatemalan millionaire residing in Miami, Florida, planning the overthrow of the government in Guatemala in spring of 65, using a group of Cuban exiles he had recruited for the operation.
Mm-hmm.
On May 4th, 65, Alejos was apprehended and his arm received. Having flew Alejos to Puerto Vallarta, Guatemala, on October 13th, 1965.
Yeah.
So you were going to overthrow Montenegro. He was involved. He was cutting a deal with the guerrillas.
No, we're actually more interested in the Dominican Republic.
The what?
Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
No. Dano, left-wing government was in. They're trying to get Gerry in. That's why we invaded in May of 65.
Now what all this...
We had a lot of Cubans in there that were ex-rebels working with the Dominican government.
What is you involved in?
There's a left-wing government.
You were involved in anti-Castro activity. You were involved in trying to assassinate Castro. You know, and then all of a sudden, after the Kennedy assassination, you seem to be getting involved in coup d'etats. Was that because, you know, you were the ringleader of the Kennedy assassination?
Well,
they figured, hey, if he could knock the President of the United States, why not a little shithole like a President of Guatemala?
Well, 1958, I could be accused of trying to overthrow Batista. 1959, we landed in the Dominican Republic against Trujillo. We landed in Haiti against Papadar. We landed in fucking Nicaragua against Somoza. And every year after that, I don't recall not trying to overthrow some fucking government. You know what I did with that one? So what's new?
Okay, the CIA reporter,
for the very organized guy, you're real anarchist.
I've been involved in urban renewal since I was a teenager.
Peace and love to that.
okay, now. Garrison, you were suspect in Garrison investigation. You're a suspect in Garrison investigation.
No kidding. Sounds terrible.
But you went and you talked to Garrison, you talked him out of you being a suspect.
Told me bullshit. Like I do you. Bullshit.
But you told him that Lorraine Hall might have been out.
That's what his wife's intent trying to get that in there. I said, what I know of it, what you show me, there's this woman who wants to come out in the newspaper that saw Oswald, and now they're trying to finger no name kid. They're trying to finger me. What leads to me? No name kid. Howard, Seymour, and all these Why are they pointing the finger at me? Yeah? They want to point the finger at me? what's going on. Hall was one of their fucking snitches. Yeah. Seymour worked for the fucking Navy O&I for a while. Howard worked for fucking ATF. Yeah. But everybody we worked with was working for somebody. Okay? Now, why Hoover? I said, look, my interest at the time, I could give a fuck. Yeah. We knew we'd been set up. We knew we'd been approached. We knew we were being set up left and right. When the assassination went down, we figured they were going to be hitting us with a SWAT team. Yeah. That's how we thought. Then it died out, and we could give a fuck. We never discussed it. Now we're pissed off. These assholes committed an act of treason. They stopped shit that was happening. Yeah. Because the right kind of shit was happening against Cuba at the time. They already been put in motion. You had the right kind of people around them. One time on the front porch, of course the old man had a big mouth. All this had happened 5 fucking years before. And we had no dealings with the Laborde in 5 fucking years since 1962.
So that Roy wasn't Roy Hargrayson, you say? Investigators.
I have no fucking idea.
Roy Hargrayson just appeared in that other report saying the same thing about having, telling that dude Acker that.
Roy was never around Laborde until when he was a fucking junkie, lived 3 blocks away from our safe house in 1978 when Laborde showed up again. So understand this, Laborde showed up when we were arming Tony Cuesta's Commandos L. He showed up as an agent provocateur, trying to get us to blow up a ship in the Miami River, trying to get us to blow up a ship at Pier 3, trying to get us to raid the Stock Island fucking warehouse for explosives and weapons, and very soon Cuesta and them started running it off. I said, wait a minute, then they're going to send somebody else, let's see what can happen here, So, eventually, he shows up with these people that have gotten this sailboat, and he's got this, and he's got that, and he's running this fucking game, okay? That quiets down for a while. Then, the first thing was this training camp ship that came out in June of '62. We hadn't even been with the guy for a fucking month. And now here's the Stookie guy doing the story and all that shit. Tony Cuesta and all the people got pissed off. The guy's a fucking snitch. The company's pissed off at us that we're not just sitting on our hands taking a check, that we're doing something. They found out we're getting weapons from somewhere. We probably got an informant in one of the boat crews that we have, but they can't find out shit, so they send this asshole around trying to stir up stuff. And where it almost came to the head is dumbass fucking Laborde. We're sitting in the safe house. Tony Cuesta's sitting there, Ramon Fole, Polino, these other guys. And he goes into one of the guys' 782 gear and pulls out a 45. I just carried one of this in World War II. And I said, don't fuck with people's weapons. I know how to clear it. He didn't pull a magazine. Jacked one right in there. Bam! The fucking bullet went right by the Tony.
When did Loveport die?
Fucking Cuesta almost killed us.
Oh, yeah. When did Loveport die?
Probably 90.
90?
Last time I saw him was 78, and he was scuttling a Canadian Corvette in Key West that they were running dope with.
Yeah.
Here he showed up in our safe house. Right out of the fucking blue. I was working for the task force.
You told me.
And I was Laborde. Holy shit. It's like a fucking rerun of an old movie. What were we doing then? Oh, we were stepping on CIA assets, dicks that were smuggling dope. See, we didn't pay attention when they're telling the task force to lay off. Some of these people, like the Carchiagro money, that I saw that incident there in '63, and we weren't backing off.